we have enjoyed the humor of that. How do you deal with someone like my character who clearly, has good intentions, but is so wildly inappropriate sometimes. So that's been, it's a good thing, I think, for them to write. And it's been really fun for us to play. And Jasmine's such a smart actor that we have a lot of laughs playing all that out.
Hi, Helen. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm loving season 2 of Blindspotting so far. But Rainey is not having the best time, understandably so. Can you talk about how she is dealing with obviously Miles being in prison and how the marriage has changed, if anything?
I have gotten the fun of playing the one in the family who is going to make sure that this family with so much love in it does not implode. So whether she's throwing big meals or playing games or dancing or calling somebody out, I think, what was fun to play was even when a family goes through a very dark time, she's sort of the leader of, there has to be light and fun in the room. And this season that still happens, but she even has a breaking point. And so they've written some really beautiful stuff where she finally gets to express some of the rage that every mother of an incarcerated person must feel. So I felt lucky to I just really hoped that I was able to sort of be an avatar for those women and speak a version of what they might be feeling.
You not only have to deal with the family and holding it together in the wake of Miles being in prison, but also her own struggles going through cognitive decline. Can you talk about her having to balance that?
Yeah, I mean, I think they've written this moments of disorientation or memory loss into the character, which could be age, could be stress. Stress can do some really extreme, weird things. I've experienced it. Most of us have. And so I think it's a way, rather than having her talk about how hard it is to go through this, to actually, like, there's a physical symptom going on that she has to fight her way through. So I think it's just smart writing.
I love how the show will have like moments, like fourth wall breaking moments, right? Where you like freestyle to the audience, or there might even be like the hallucinations or just, moments that aren't necessarily really happening, but the character is experiencing as they are. Do you approach those any differently than you do just a scene with naturalistic dialogue?
Not really. I mean, I have a big chunk of that this year, and I just recorded it and listened to 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 it. I do that anyway, but with this in particular. But you still work on it the way you work on a scene. You still sew it to parts of yourself so that it's personal. But it only takes flight if the writing is good, and the writing is so good in this show.
I'm rooting, of course, for Ashley and Rainey to just be the best of friends. But there is always something in between them. Can you talk about working on those scenes with Jasmine and how Rainey is feeling about Ashley right now?
It's been kind of the fun from the beginning that I can just walk in a room without asking and say a big loud thing that I really think is going to be helpful. We have enjoyed the humor of that. How do you deal with someone like my character who clearly, has good intentions, but is so wildly inappropriate sometimes. So that's been, it's a good thing, I think, for them to write. And it's been really fun for us to play. And Jasmine's such a smart actor that we have a lot of laughs playing all that out.
Rainey has, obviously like the racial makeup or dynamics in her family lead to a lot of eye-opening conversations. For you as an actress, have you found yourself like learning new things while you're working on Blindspotting?
I mean, I learn every time I go to work or leave the house. So sure. I think I have this right, that part of what I'm bringing to the show is a long ago Oakland. So the movie's about, the whitening and the gentrification of that place. And I think Rainey's from a time even before there was diversity in Oakland. So she's like been through cycle after cycle after cycle of it. I think Ruff and David would say that's right. So there's no color blindness in this show or in Rainey, but I do think the connection and the love she has for this place and these people runs even deeper. or right
Absolutely.
through that. It's
Yeah.
because of that. They're all kind of connected.
And then finally, what is next for you and how do you choose your projects? Because you have such a wide range.
I mostly choose them when they're offered to me. Number one criteria is that they want me. After that, if they pass that very difficult test, I'm on Hacks this next season, which is a show I love. And I've worked with Jean Smart like 5 times. So, to get to be near her and everybody on that show, that's super fun. I might do a movie in the summer. So, I just am always happy to be asked.
I love that. You go where you're invited.
I go where I'm invited.
Very, very polite of you.
It's not nice to bust on a set when they've hired me. That's rude. You can't really do that. But if they actually ask you, you can show up.
Thank you so much. I love Rainey and yourself as well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.